In the last video, I showed where I bought a few new acquisitions for my collection. I showed you this little thing, which is Shaikhah by Al-Rehab. And Shaikhah is one of their many unisex fragrances. This is one that's in a 35 ml bottle, as you can see. It sort of has that tapered shape to it. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it. These things are often talked about in bulk, just sort of given first impressions. Not a lot of them are given full-bodied reviews, and that's what I wanted to do with this, and will eventually with everything I own, which is going to take a while, but have to start somewhere. So, Shaikhah is, like I said, one of the very large number fragrances that Al-Rehab puts out, and therefore it seems like it might always be shrouded in mystery. You can never find any of the notes, at least from Al-Rehab, about what's in the fragrances that they put out. You have to rely on something like Fragrantica or Base Notes. They don't publish anything themselves other than just sort of overt advertising campaigns. Fragrantica can be a tremendous help when all you have to trust are the noses of total strangers on YouTube, which are wonderful, but sometimes you want a little bit something more objective, I guess. Al-Rehab scents, like I said, they also don't tend to garner a lot of individual reviews. They get hauled a lot, and that's about it. But I want this channel to be about the consideration of individual scents, given their fair play and their fair time, and I'll tell you if I actually like them or if I don't. So sometimes it actually helps to know a little bit about what a scent is called before you know what the perfume is trying to do or trying to say. And the Arabic word Shaikhah or Shaikhah means princess or female royal, something like that. You can probably recognize the word sheikh in there, which is of course an Arab king or royal family member, the head of the royal house, actually. That's certainly the kind of impression I get. It's rich. By rich I mean it smells like it's worth a lot of money. It's full of roses. It's very roseate and flowery and floral, and it's full of oud. It's got a lot of oud in it. And at the same time, it's interesting, a lot of these fragrances seem to want to cover themselves up in amber, at least when they're done by Western houses. So, if you have something, excuse me, it's late. If you have something that has a lot of rose in it, you might get it covered up with amber. But amber gives this sort of rich, dark smell. It doesn't have that ambery smell to me. It might have a little bit of amber in it, but it's not trying to hide that oud. And I think a lot of the time, Western style perfumery tries to use amber as a way to sort of fool Westerners into thinking that this is what Arabic perfumery smells like, because we can't really smell. We can't really stand the smell of oud. We think it's too indolic or foul or whatever else. It's just too strong for us. We're not used to it. And I know that it's gradually sort of worked itself into the repertoire of Western style designer perfumery, but it's still very tame stuff. I mean, if you were to smell some things that call themselves oud, that come out of designer houses, I mean, it's not really the most aggressive stuff. And again, I'm judging what oud smells like pretty much from Shaikhah and this other purchase that I made from the house of Al-Rehab, which is called Oudi. Okay, so from those two fragrances together, I'm sort of distilling an idea of what oud all by itself might smell like. So I want to give a bit of a warning to guys out there. Of course, a lot of the perfumes that Al-Rehab puts out are classified as unisex. But guys who want something strictly masculine may not appreciate Shaikhah. And I found that the kind of rose or the amount of rose used in Shaikhah can be a little bit off-putting unless you're kind of on the more adventurous side with what you wear regarding florals. On first smell, I had the distinct impression that I had wandered into my great-grandmother's house and taken in the smell of her lingering rosewater perfume and hard wooden floors. I mean, that kind of rose and wood kind of sums up the whole smell, to make things simple. And it can be a little, how can you put it politely, grandmother-ish. Okay? It just so happens that smells like that conjure warm personal memories for me, so I don't really find them unattractive or off-putting. And even sometimes I wish myself to smell like them. So that first impression of grandma has since worn away a bit, but I suppose it's the risk that you run when you're sporting something that is a rose-dominant fragrance. You will get rose, and you will get a lot of it. I now appreciate Shaikhah for what it is, which is just a classic oud-based rose scent, and to me it is the smell of a certain time and a certain place. I think namely a Victorian dandy, maybe visiting the Middle East in the late 19th century, maybe with, imperial ambitions. I'm glad this is one of the 7 Al-Rehab fragrances that I picked up. I would recommend it to anyone, especially those who wanted to jump right into a heavy, non-Western style oud to get their feet wet, or men who thought they may not have previously been interested in florals, especially rose. Just one more thing, this is actually a review of the Eau de Parfum Natural Spray, which is this. Not the attar. The attar comes, I believe, mostly in 6 ml roll-ons. Okay? Attar is just an Arabic word for an oil. And this is not what I'm reviewing. I'm just reviewing the atomizer Eau de Parfum Natural Spray. So those are my impressions of Shaikhah. If you've tried Shaikhah or are interested in it, go ahead and drop me a note. Let me know. If you've tried any other Al-Rehab fragrances, and were they hits, were they misses, did you like them? Let me know. Leave me a comment, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.